few months ago, I became aware of this amazing TRT soft wave device, and it has absolutely transformed my life and my business.
Good afternoon, my name is Dr. Martin O'Malley. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I practice at the Hospital for Special Surgery in New York. And also I'm a team physician for the Brooklyn Nets, the New York Giants, and for USA Basketball. I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about our experience with the soft wave technology from TRT Technologies. We first purchased our machine back in 2014, so we've had them for about 8 years. We started with one, but because the demand became so great, we had to purchase a second one, and we're quite happy with our results.
A little more than 2 months ago, I purchased a OrthoGold 100 therapeutic device, and I got to tell you, man, I've practiced 32 years. I have spent probably $200,000 on other therapeutic devices, which, you know, they've all had their place, but this device, hands down, is the best thing I have ever done. I mean, I wish I knew about this like 20 years ago.
This technology also has given us the ability to treat conditions in our office that we normally wouldn't take on. As a result, it has been an exceptional revenue stream in addition to our existing practice. And it's given us such an excitement within the practice that other patients are now looking at this for conditions that they normally wouldn't even talk to us about, thinking that we weren't be able to help them.
And I have recently purchased the OrthoGold 100, and this has really revolutionized our practice. I've known about it for about 2 years, and recently I did my research this summer, and I knew that this was the direction I was wanting to go in, because systemically it really helps patients from a soft tissue standpoint of view, whereas just being a chiropractor, all we're doing is adjusting the spine and relieving the pressure there, but then they have other issues. This addresses a perfect blend, but putting the two together.
2 years ago, we were considering getting the OrthoGold 100, the soft wave machine, and I was really broken down. All my joints were hurting. I'm 60 years old. I needed the machine. There was a guy in town that had it. I was considering seeing him. But anyway, we acquired our first machine and we started treating our patients. And all of a sudden we were having results I could never have dreamed of. We were saving people's lives, changing people's lives. People were coming in on canes, leaving without them. The results were phenomenal.
I have seen this device help bust through chronic pain, either old pain or new pain. I have had people who were vaccine injured and couldn't hardly walk on their ankle to walking with ease. I've seen pain from a car accident 10 years ago, a gal living with a pain of 8 out of 10 every day of her life for the past 8 years. Now she lives with a pain of maybe a 1 or a 2.
I'm not sure how you can practice in 2022 as a sports medicine physician without using some sort of shockwave technology. It has a tremendous number of randomized control studies showing the technology works, and compared to the other devices, I think the TRT device is the most user-friendly and the most effective. Thank you.
The interesting thing about the OrthoGold 100 is it does every single thing that I can't do as a chiropractor. It gets rid of inflammation, it causes a stem cell response, the tissues repair and heal, and then I do everything it can't do. I adjust the patients, break the muscle spasms, do the education, the rehab, and it's like I could never go back to being just a chiropractor again.
I had checked 4 other instruments out, and this was by far the best. So the only regret I have is not pulling the trigger and buying and purchasing this when I did. The ones that I checked out were the Piezo Wave, I checked the Storz, I checked out the Zimmer, and I also checked out what was the other one? Cannot remember. There was 4 others. So by far, this is the best. So go with OrthoGold and go for the gold.
We've had great experience with it. We see a lot of plantar fasciitis, a lot of Achilles tendonitis. Those are our 2 main indications for it. But any of the tendinopathy, it's very effective for. Also, because we do foot and ankle, we have some diabetic patients, we have diabetic wounds, and actually it's approved by the FDA for diabetic wounds. We've had some really remarkable studies for wound healing. You have to put a sterile cover over it, but in order to recruit stem cells and form new stem cells, the TRT technology is really good. The biggest advantage is really the soft wave technology. Because it's soft wave, it's more diffuse wave, the patients can do it without anesthesia.
So I wholeheartedly recommend this. Shoulders, necks, low backs, knees, feet, peripheral neuropathy, ankles, wrists. I've even had several stroke patients come in, and they've noticed big difference.
I love that I now have an option to help people fight their pain, to heal their pain without narcotics, without prescriptions, and to give them a chance to live pain-free.
We have no problem getting the patients to pay for it. The patients are very willing to pay to get better, and especially for technology that works. We published a study back in, I think it was 2020 in the Journal of Foot and Ankle Surgery, using soft wave, unfocused technology, medium intensity for plantar fasciitis, and we had 85% success rate.
It feels great.
Yeah. All right, if I start crying, it's because I'm happy. All right. Got her. Holy. Okay. Wow. Woo!
Bend over. That's much better.
Come on back up.
No pain.
None.
Did another shockwave treatment, just over 3,000 shocks, and I'm happy to report that I already have a noticeable lower back pain. I'm feeling around on it. It's usually very tender, and I'm not getting any kind of pain with palpitation. And I'm also happy to report that my clitoris oversensitivity has also backed off. It's maybe more like a 2 now when it was a 5 before we started. So another successful shockwave treatment.
I was limping when I walked in here.
Wow.
And I'm not limping now.
Now, we'll say, just don't do anything you couldn't do before you came in. Don't.
Well, can you? How's it? Do you have a range of motion?
Sure.
Is your range of motion
I
better?
can do that,
And
which I couldn't do before. I couldn't do that before. I couldn't do this before. And
Well, back to work then.
Yeah.
Retirement's over.
I'm not going back to work. But this is amazing. I could not. I was limping when I came in here, and I'm not limping now. I'm really not limping now.
I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer 3 years ago, and I've undergone 14 chemotherapies, and I have been taking these chemo pills, and it has given me neuropathy, painful, very painful neuropathy, where I can't even hold up a pencil sometimes, or I can't brush my hair. And I was lucky enough to have the shock waves done today. On my feet and hands, I've had to almost have a wheelchair. My feet have hurt so badly. And I had the shock waves done today. I was having pain of probably number 8 or 9 on the scale. Horrible pain. And right now, I can bend my hands. I can walk. And they're not too red anymore. My feet, I'm walking, and the pain now is probably a 2 or a 3 on just my first treatment.
I'd say when I first started coming in, my back was hurting so bad that I was probably thinking that I was done working or pretty close to it. And luckily I found the right place, and I started coming here. Got some treatments, got the TRT treatment, and I'm actually back to work now. It's pretty amazing.
I just felt lighter. I, for the first time in many years, didn't have pain. The feeling that I could be able to move my body and not have that pressure any longer on my hips was a blessing. And
that was awesome.
Yes.
It was awesome to experience that. I'm very glad and blessed just to do
Yeah.
that, to be honest with you. It was amazing.
just brought back life to me that I have been without for so many years.
The therapy has definitely helped. My sex drive has increased. Sensitivity is much better than it was. It was pretty noticeable after the first treatment that sensitivity was coming back. After several treatments, there's an absolute difference, positive difference. It's way more sensitive than it used to be.
I've noticed an insane amount of benefits. When I was first injured, I was deemed an Asia A, which means everything below my neck and my shoulders, I could not feel nor move. Now that I have been getting SoftWave, I have noticed that my range of motion, when I at first couldn't even move my arms, I am up, I'm down, I'm in, I'm out, I'm having a good time. And then also my neck, my range of motion, looking right, looking left, and looking up has gotten so much better.
I had a bad infection. The pain was so severe I could barely walk, bent over. Anything that come even close to the wound hurt. I mean, my whole body got sensitive. After the treatment, just immediately after the treatment, the pain was gone. It hadn't returned. It's been a couple of weeks, and the infection's all gone.
Okay, before the treatment, I would be in so much pain, so I would have to go home, crawl up the steps, stay in my bed. And I work from home the next day. I could barely get out of the bed. But now with these treatments, they're helping. I'm feeling much better. I don't have much pain. When I leave, I go to the mall. I go out shopping, go out to eat, and I'm able to play with my grandkids.